In 2012, David L. Scott, a homeless man from St. Louis, jabbed Roger Wilkes in the chest after Wilkes refused to share a bag of Cheetos with him. In January 2014, retired police officer Curtis Reeves bazookaed and deleted a man in a Pasco County theater after a dispute over texting during a movie. Reeves, 71, asked the couple in front of him to stop texting, leading to an altercation. In 2011, then 75-year-old Noor Hussein squared up to his 66-year-old wife, Nazir Hussein, to deletion when she prepared a vegetarian meal without any meat for his dinner. In January 2015, Annie Kim Pham accidentally photobombed a group outside a Santa Ana nightclub. The group, angered by the incident, brutally dealt with her, leaving her in critical condition. Pham spent a week in the ICU before succumbing to her injuries. In a rare medical case, a 21-year-old Italian woman experienced episodes of sweating blood from her face and palms, despite having no visible skin lesions. These episodes, lasting 1 to 5 minutes, occurred spontaneously and worsened with physical activity or stress. She was later diagnosed with hematohydrosis, a condition where blood is excreted through sweat glands. It is often associated with extreme stress or fear. These are photos of Joshua Stickney, who is believed to have bazookaed and offed 5 people across 3 homes in Wichita and Kansas before taking himself to the cleaners earlier this month. All of the victims were known to the suspect, and some were even family members. In 1986, Nadine Vaujour learned to fly a helicopter specifically to break her husband, Michel Vaujour, out of prison, where he was serving 18 years for armed robbery and attempted deletion. Michel had made several escape attempts before, but this one would be the most daring. On May 26, 1986, Nadine rented a helicopter under an alias and flew it over the prison, where Michel, carrying nectarines painted to look like grenades, made his way to the rooftop. Nadine hovered the helicopter while he climbed aboard, and they escaped to a nearby field where a car was waiting. Their freedom was short-lived, however. Michel was recaptured months later after a failed bank robbery, and Nadine was also arrested. Mari Angel, an ASMR content creator, shared a video on September 8, 2024, posing the question to her audience: "What do you think happens after death?" Tragically, she passed away later that same day in a car accident caused by a drunk driver. Marco Mariolini, also known as the anorexic hunter, was obsessed with extremely thin women, and he subjected his victims to not eating much food. After years of torment, Monica, one of his victims, attacked him but later faced house arrest. In 2001, Mariolini offed her with a sharp object, sparking outrage over ignored warnings. Released in 2021, his case remains chilling. Helen Jewett's 1836 offing shocked New York City and became one of the first true crime sensations in American history. A high-end S-worker, Helen was found deleted and her bed set ablaze in a brothel. Her client, Richard Robinson, was charged but acquitted despite evidence linking him to the crime. Her case exposed dark secrets of the city's elite. Mary Fagan was a 13-year-old factory worker in Atlanta, Georgia, whose brutal deletion in 1913 remains one of the most infamous cases in American history. She was found offed in the basement of the National Pencil Company where she worked. The factory's superintendent, Leo Frank, was convicted in a controversial trial fueled by anti-Semitism and sensational media coverage. Frank's death sentence was commuted to life imprisonment, but in 1915, a mob abducted him from prison and lynched him. Decades later, evidence emerged suggesting his innocence, casting a chilling shadow over the trial's fairness. Mary's case exposed deep societal divides and continues to be a subject of debate and analysis. Sylvia Lyons was a 16-year-old girl whose horrific deletion in 1965 remains one of the most disturbing cases in American history. She was left in the care of Gertrude Banishevsky, a neighbor, while her parents traveled. Over several months, Sylvia endured very bad care at the hands of Gertrude, her children, and neighborhood kids. The torment ended on October 26, 1965, when Sylvia succumbed to her injuries. The bad things included things too graphic to be discussed in this video that left investigators and the public horrified. Gertrude was convicted of first-degree deletion, but the sheer cruelty of the case has left an indelible mark, serving as a grim reminder of the capacity for human evil. Grace Brown's tragic story shocked America in 1906. She was just 20 years old when her lover, Chester Gillette, lured her to Big Moose Lake in the Adirondacks. Instead of eloping, Chester struck her with a tennis racket and left her to drown. Her haunting love letters were used to convict him, and he was executed in 1908. Her case inspired the novel An American Tragedy. Polly Klaas was a 12-year-old girl whose tragic abduction and deletion shocked the nation in 1993. On October 1st, Polly was taken at knife point from her home in Petaluma, California, during a sleepover with friends. Despite a massive search effort, her remains were found months later. Richard Allen Davis, a career criminal, was convicted of her deletion. The case led to national outrage and significant changes in laws, including California's Three Strikes Law, aimed at repeat offenders. Polly's story remains a heartbreaking reminder of the dangers little people face and the importance of community vigilance. The miracle on the Hudson occurred on January 15, 2009, when U.S. Airways Flight 1549, piloted by Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger, struck a flock of geese shortly after takeoff from New York's LaGuardia Airport. Both engines failed, leaving the plane powerless. Demonstrating extraordinary skill, Sully safely landed the aircraft on the Hudson River. All 155 passengers and crew were rescued without loss of life, making it one of aviation's most remarkable and heroic stories. The Miracle of the Andes refers to the incredible survival story of Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571, which crashed in the Andes Mountains on October 13, 1972. Carrying a rugby team and their friends and family, the survivors endured 72 days in freezing conditions with little food or supplies. Facing starvation, they made the harrowing decision to resort to cannibalism to stay alive. Their eventual rescue, after 2 survivors trekked for 10 days to find help, is a testament to human endurance and the will to survive against impossible odds. The Miracle of the Sun, witnessed by thousands in Fatima, Portugal, on October 13, 1917, is one of the most famous events in Catholic history. As the crowd gathered after reports of Marian apparitions, the sun appeared to dance, spin, and change colors in the sky. Observers reported the phenomenon lasting several minutes, with the soaked ground and clothing inexplicably drying afterward, while skeptics suggest optical illusions or meteorological explanations. For believers, it remains a profound sign of divine intervention. The Miracle of Dunkirk in 1940 remains one of World War II's most extraordinary events. Trapped on the beaches of Dunkirk, France, over 330,000 Allied soldiers faced imminent capture by German forces. Against overwhelming odds, a makeshift fleet of military vessels and civilian boats, dubbed the Little Ships, braved enemy fire and harsh seas to rescue them. This daring operation, codenamed Operation Dynamo, showcased remarkable courage and unity, turning near certain defeat into a symbol of resilience and hope. Eazy-E, the godfather of gangsta rap and a founding member of NWA, passed away on March 26, 1995, at just 30 years old. Known for his fearless lyrics and impact on hip-hop, his sudden death from AIDS shocked fans worldwide. The mystery of how he contracted the illness has fueled speculation, making his story both groundbreaking and chilling. Big Pun, a legendary rapper and the first Latino solo artist to go platinum, tragically passed away on February 7, 2000, at just 28 years old. Known for his lyrical genius, his life was cut short due to a heart attack linked to severe obesity. At the time of his death, Pun weighed nearly 700 pounds, a haunting reminder of the struggles behind the fame. Big L, a rising hip-hop star in the 90s, met a tragic end on February 15, 1999. Known for his sharp lyrics and storytelling, he was gunned down in a drive-by shooting near his Harlem home. The case remains unsolved, leaving fans speculating about revenge and gang ties. His talent was undeniable, making his untimely death one of hip-hop's most chilling mysteries.